It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up next, we'll see Kenneth Walker. He burned the defense a week ago with 120 yards rushing. It's the 49ers and the Giants on Thursday night primetime.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Jones. And his pass incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now Jones. That is caught. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this? Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Back deep for the Giants is Dory Jackson. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 20. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a good call there. That brings up 4th. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Fielded just inside the 30. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It's intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's Matt Ariza now.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10. All the option left, it's Jones.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. To Barkley on the check down. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Giants much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense.
This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play. And now...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Hassan Haskins.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Niners put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Jones fakes the give to Barkley.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, New York.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7.
On the option left, it's Jones.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. And he gets us up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Running left, Haskins.
There he goes, left side. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And I tell you what, partner, I think this guy's going to like running behind his new offensive line.
I agree with you, and you can never have enough good runners. They usually provide a nice little spot with their new team.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Niners are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Back to throw, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Giants are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Purdy from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. Purdy looking to throw.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Justin Jefferson.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. This drive starts with a Haskins carry, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And he fields it cleanly. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
On 1st down, Purdy.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Throwing here, Purdy. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
And he's got it.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Walker looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this 1st half. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that 1st half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the 2nd half. But you and I both know The great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Out of the gun, Purdy. They'll go underneath to Haskins.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Jones throw brought in by Bellinger.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Play action. Now Purdy. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing, Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
63 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too. And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Moody good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
10 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, New York.
Now Jones. Touchdown, Giants! Darren Waller from 17 yards out.
And the Giants get a bit closer.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10
at the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Jones.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Jones on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Jamie Gillen now
as he's on to punt for New York. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
Back to Walker on 1st down. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here's Purdy. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 8 at the Giants' 21-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Kenneth Walker, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to widen their advantage.
The kick is good.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
And 7. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And the Giants first down.
Now Jones on first down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones.
Left side, he's got Robinson.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
First down, New York.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Quickly into the hands of Waller.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw again. Open target here, Darius Slayton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2.
They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
And Saquon going to have a Giants first down as he gets this up past the 40.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down, Giants.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph.
And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 110 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
A 6-yard loss.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken right around the 44.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
Oh, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They run again with Walker.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then,